Hi, I'm Darlene Washington, and this is Spiritually Intriguing, the Church Edition. Welcome back again. We're still continuing our conversation with Pastor Sieon Roberts of New Hope Missionary Baptist Church in Gary, Indiana. Pastor?
Hi.
Hey. Okay, now I'm talking about two of my other issues. You guys know I have a lot of issues, right? Okay, I know I said that before. I just want to really point that out. So, here we go again. Now, I know you may have heard about that movie, The Interview, with Seth Rogen and James Franco. I don't know, shame on those guys. Well, we'll see. We'll see what you think. But anyway, this is my opinion. It's getting way too deep. It's getting way too deep. We have a movie causing hack and terror threats. Internet hacking and terror threats. James Franco and Seth Rogen star in this movie called The Interview. And the point is to assassinate Kim Jong-un. He's the leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. So when you have all these kinds of threats, it's like, wow, do we give in and not show the movie? What would she do? By the way, just so in case you folks don't know, I kill the suspense. They canceled the movie. So anyway, what do you think we should have done?
Well, again, it's one of those things where it's hard for me to say what we should have done. I will say that because I'm not privileged to all the information. You know, they're not going to tell us everything that they know.
Right.
I will say that the United States has been a target of North Korea supposedly for a while.
Right.
They've been telling us that North Korea's got missiles pointed at us, and as a citizen of the United States. Certainly, I don't want to see our government give in to terrorism.
Right.
But if this is what's going to, it's kind of one of those things where when your children are fighting, you try to find a mature, happy medium where you say, okay, listen, I understand you had the toy first. Just let them play with it for a little while. So if this is one of those, you know what, we're not giving in per se to terrorism, but maybe we'll pull the show just because it was a little bit immature or a little bit. Maybe we went too far. That's my just outside thought, the process, opinion of it, because again, there's so much that I believe goes on in the inner workings that they do not tell us.
Right.
There's so many things that happen in that arena that we don't know about, and I've learned that there's a whole different agenda the United States is on. That Fox News and all these people put out there. We're crazy if we don't believe that the government approves what Fox News airs. So
that's fair.
So
that's fair.
They're going to put out there what they want to put out there, and they canceled that show for a reason.
Yeah, and I believe that too. But my problem with the whole thing was, and I think the name of that movie was Argo. But in this particular movie, Ben Affleck, he's the character. He goes to some foreign country where they are holding hostage Americans, and he pretends he's making this movie and gets them back. So, okay, I thought about that when this Interview movie came out, and I said, what if the North Koreans are thinking we're trying to pull a fast one again? We're making this movie called The Interview where we're gonna pretend like we're assassinating Kim Jong-un, and then we gotta go over there and we're gonna really assassinate him. And that's a big juxtaposition, but I think that it's a possibility that perhaps that was the thought. Who knows? But then the other take on it is that I just don't appreciate that the movie was made in the first place, because like you said, North Korea has been at our throats, and so now we go and make a movie about killing their leader, and then you can't kill freedom of expression either. I mean, it's just a movie. It's just a movie, but dare us go too far. Some things, even though we have free speech, some things that we make in our own country won't be shown because it's too much.
Well, North Korea is not crazy.
Yeah.
They know this is not some superficial storyline. This is a very real storyline. This is something that has been going on. North Korea, there have been tensions between the U.S. and North Korea, supposedly, for some time now. So for you to go and make a movie about assassinating their leader is, in my opinion, irresponsible.
And that's what I felt. I was like, why would they do that? It's like you trying to get under their skin or something. Why would you even do that? And so I don't appreciate that the movie was made. I don't feel like we should have given in. I felt like it should have went out on DVD because I feel like they had no right to tell us you don't show that movie. It's just a movie. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, like I said, who knows what they were thinking?
Yeah, or what they said to each other.
Or what they said.
When they got in the room or on the phone together, we don't know what those negotiations or what those conversations are like. What exactly happened that went into the cancellation of the movie.
Right.
And there are certain things that we can give opinions on,
right.
but at the end of the day, we just don't know
right.
what's happening behind those closed doors. So I agree with you though in the sense that it shouldn't have been made. As it relates to them canceling the movie, I don't know. It could have been one of those things where they were just, the U.S. was just saying, you know what, we don't have to do this, mm-hmm. but on good faith and just, if it's going to help the relationship, we'll do it. And
plus, they probably didn't want, innocent people to die over some movie. And,
absolutely.
There were points made on Twitter. It's like, okay, well, if you're going to die, not for the terrorism, it's just you got to pick and choose. Well, I'm going to die. I'm not going to die watching a James Franco movie, So mm-hmm. these were some of the things that were being said. So I'm like, okay, well, I can understand that. But still, all in all, I felt like what I said, put that thing out on DVD and leave them people alone. That's what. And then all that Sony hacking, Lord have mercy, Sony, the truth is revealed. It's like, okay, so what do you really think about Angelina Jolie for real? So, and then Oprah made a comment out there too about taking things out of context, emails out of context. I don't think so, because if it was taken out of context, why apologize? Just say it was taken out of context. What it really was someone saying, having an opportunity to really voice what they really thought about someone without them hearing it, mm-hmm. and then saying it. Mm-hmm. Now, maybe they might have exaggerated a little bit how they felt, mm-hmm. but to me, it was just, you just caught.
Yeah.
You just caught. It's just like when somebody's in the room with you and you say, you just shaking your head, nodding, agreeing with everything, and, oh yeah, y'all put me up, and then they walk out of the room and then you say, that blankety blank, oh, what time is it? I gotta go. Mm-hmm. And then they come back in the room, okay. All right, well, that's what it was like to me. Mm-hmm. So, Sony, good Lord. But anyways, okay. So now I'm going to my next issue. There's a black policeman in the world that said, and this is an exaggeration because I know there are others like him, but there's a black policeman in the world who has said he's in turmoil because he lives in two worlds as a cop. He says, imagine this, how could he ever feel this way? He says that one world where he lives in is when he takes off his badge and he's upon suspicion and hate just for the color of his skin. And then the next thing he knows, he's protecting and serving those same people who can't stand his guts. There you have it. Yep. So how do we change this? What's going on inside of people's heads that policemen have to feel unsafe being policemen? Black policemen anyway.
Well, from that statement, it sounded more like he was torn between, it's almost like Jesus. Mm-hmm. It was almost like he had to come and heal. I'm sorry, it's almost like the Son of God, mm-hmm. I should say. Mm-hmm. He had to come and he had to heal. He had to open up blinded eyes. He had to unstop deaf ears. He raised from the dead. And then he had to deal with the fact that the same people he just helped mm-hmm. Were going to say crucify him. Yeah. And I feel like the police officer, according to his statements, feels the weight of, okay, when I take this badge off, I am just another black man. Right. And I have to deal with whatever his world and whatever happens in his world as it relates to how people treat him as a black man. Right. And then when I put the badge on, these same people that, may racially, profile me or talk whatever's going on in his world, he now has, because of the badge, mm-hmm. has to protect those people. Right. It's the same issue with Barack Obama. Mm-hmm. Everybody has got something to say about the different issues right. But he's got to be president over everybody. Right. So whatever his religious thoughts are, when he's president of the United States, for instance, homosexual people, gay people, mm-hmm. People wrecked Barack Obama. And I'm not saying I agree with his stances, mm-hmm. but I wouldn't want to be in his position right. as a president right. because you have to make all of these laws, and some of these laws can't be made based upon your religious feelings or policy.
It really can't.
And,
it really can't.
And then thirdly, like I identify as a pastor, because as a shepherd over people, they don't always do the right thing by me.
Right.
I can't pick and choose who I want to be nice to. As a pastor, I have to pastor the congregation.
Right, exactly.
Whether you voted for me, whether you agree with me, whether you walk hand in hand with me, whether you fight me or not, I've got to at least show you love. So I definitely identify with the statements that the officer made.
Yeah, I was feeling for him. I was like, it's so sad. And you could tell he just was like, he was really in turmoil. He was like feeling like, my God, you people just don't understand. I'm like, I'm sick of this. You know, why can't we just stop this? And it was stirring me up, making me want to cry. And I didn't, but I almost did. What it really did was it made me so disturbed about it that I had to obviously put it on the show, because I wanted to talk about that. These policemen go out here and risk their lives. It doesn't matter if they're black, white, green, or purple. You know, they're risking their lives. And the very fact that we don't appreciate all lives is what makes them feel, all these minority officers feel so unsafe in what they do. You know? So it's understandable. And I think, man, we need to hire more psychologists, psychiatrists, whatever, and get them out here and have them start doing surveys and, you know, pulling people to the side. Okay, what's going on in that brain of yours? Because we want you to understand every black person and every minority in the world is not out to get you. You know, and white ain't always right. Can we just be clear on that? You know, just to, you know, shake them up and say, check the temperature, you know. Please, let's be real, folks. Anyway, I appreciate all law enforcement. All the good, kind, wonderful, smart, brave, intelligent, I said smart, awesome officers out there. I appreciate you all. Not the racist ones. I'm sorry. Or, no, I'm not going to say that. They're entitled to their opinion, but please don't hurt folks. I mean, you don't like minorities, just go somewhere where you don't have to be by minorities. You'll be in the minority in your position, but there you go. Anyways, okay, that does it for this particular episode. We'll see you next time on Spiritually Intriguing, the Church Edition. Bye-bye.